Good reporting ass Mickey.
And bam, this is where it all started out here in these streets, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share the live. Tell a friend to pull up, because we about to get into it. Now, I will say, for those who don't know, I'm just gonna say it again. Last night, I definitely say this paperwork is shaky. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all already know. I said it. I mean, why you blurring stuff out? Why all that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. But what I was able to do was get some pieces of information, and I'm gonna go over it, but not in detail. Like I said, it's on my live from last night. Y'all can actually go back and actually watch it in real time how I started off. But we done kind of did the footwork to it, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it. If y'all was not on there, I actually submitted a request to get those documents from Atlanta PD. However, I mean, that was just last night. Let me refresh my email real quick. Ain't nothing happened yet. I might show y'all. So they sent me just a saying that it was assigned, but I ain't get that back. So as far as those documents, I'm definitely gonna say that was altered. Do I have those documents directly from the source? Not yet. However, I gotta know where we can continue on with the story. All right. So let's go back. Now, like I told y'all last night, this is how I do, okay? Even if the documents was all the way official, just like I did in previous stories, Rollo, XX Tashion murder case, all those stories, I take info from it and then I research it, okay? So, for example, with this paperwork, I read, well, we went through all of them, right? And we realized it was two different scenarios. What can I say? Identifying like info besides Pierre Thomas on the paperwork per se, right? So I just took notes like, okay, I'm gonna have to do it a different way just so I can know what's what. So on this document right here, right, I realized this had to come before the whole situation with the Lenox Mall, because in that document it said he was going after somebody that had a murder charge, right, or more murder warrant. So I'm like, okay, well, this is talking about somebody getting killed. So this had to be the first situation. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I see here that somebody by the name of Q, right, was killed. Then I see that they said that Pierre Thomas, right, was also shot at or hit. So I'm like, okay, boom. So what I did with that, I'm like, yo, first, let me see if I can find somebody by the name of Q, aka Karan Dennis, anywhere. So y'all already know what I tell y'all to do. Go straight to Google. And we did this last night, but I'm gonna do it again. I don't know who be making people mad where they start dropping their stuff, but that's crazy. All this time. But okay, so I just did a straight Google. And y'all already know multiple things gonna pop up. But bam, y'all see that? That match closely with what's in that document, right? Because it said it was supposed to be an incident in 2009. Now, I just clicked it, right? I'm like, bam. Let me see. I keep forgetting it's not gonna change when I do it, so hold on. All right, bam. So I look and I'm like, all right. So this particular person passed away December 13th, 2009. So I'm like, all right, all right. What it do, Dango? Um, so I just was looking around because, like I said, you gotta look around, and I'm like reading, reading what's under here, and I'm like, okay, boom, you see that? It say Q, I love you. So I'm like, all right, bam, we on to something, cause you see it, Q, that's the nickname in the paperwork. So I'm like, all right, incident possibly, could be true, because we can say that a guy by the name of Karan Dennis, aka Q, is listed online as being deceased in 2009. So the next thing I went to was the next document. So, boom, here it gives an address, right? 4555 Washington Road, College Park, Georgia, 30349. Now, of course, the date is different than the death date, right? Of Karan Dennis, but I really didn't pay attention to that, because if you go back to this document, it says that it happened in like apartment 2C. So I'm like, all right, let me see if that address aligns with apartment complex. And like we did last night, we Googled the address. Again, this is how I do it, just to, make sure I'm on the right stance with it. There we go. So here, right, I'm like, okay. That looks like address, and realtor.com is definitely, a website that you can go to. So I'm like, all right, boom. Let me see. So based off this, it's definitely an apartment complex, right? So I'm like, okay, this might be the incident that they were referring to, because it could be this apartment complex. Gardens at Camp Creek. Now, if this is what it was called back then, I don't know. But that's what it's called to date. So now that we got that out the way, so I'm like, all right, now we need to get into the other documents where they actually dropped the names of the people that was involved at Atlantis Mall. And again, y'all, yes, we did it last night, but I wanted to go back, make sure everybody is up to speed, because a lot of this got to be, it's nothing out there that actually tie per se that Pierre Thomas with quality control is directly that Pierre Thomas at this point, right? Based on what they put out. Now, there's definitely some other things that we can link to it. And this Q person is one of them, right? So if you just do a Google search of QC CEO P. Oh, hold on. I'm going to turn thing. My bad, y'all. I be forgetting that it doesn't switch screens with me. Hold on. And look, I'm putting y'all on game with this, okay? So like I said, just a quick Google search of it. And hold on. I got a message coming in. So if you go down, now, of course, keep in mind, y'all see this? So this is going to be important. It says birthday June 7, 1981. Just keep that in mind, because I always look at that, the birthday, whatever. So you just go down and you just look at different interviews. There's one in particular that I'm looking for. So again, y'all, you just it's the footwork. You don't technically got to go off the paperwork, but if you take pieces of it and then do the research yourself, I promise y'all can find almost anything. That's what I did with many cases. And then we're gonna get into the nooks and crannies, but wanted to make sure it was without a doubt clear. The research was done to find what we found. So here go the article, and it's Empower Atlanta magazine. And I'm not gonna go through. It's a particular part that I'm gonna show. Bam, here we go. It says, how did you and Coach K come up with the name Quality Control? The answer, well, I hit Coach up one day and he was like, yo, the first thing you have to do is rebrand yourself. Dirty Dollar is like street. You got to rebrand yourself with a cleaner image. He was like, what means a lot to you? What do you care about a lot? I was like, I had a best friend that died. We called him Q. I said, anything that has a Q in it, he was my best friend and meant the world to me. Let's just try to go off that. So, if you continue reading and say, Coach hit me up a few days later and said, I want you to look up the definition for the words quality control. I looked it up and he said, listen, we can do designs. We can call it QC. The Q will stand out. I said, man, I love that idea. We had some designers come up with the logo and we just ran with it. It's been on ever since. So now I can at least say that Q, right, possibly could be Karan Dennis that we see in that paperwork, who we can then verify did actually die in 2009, right? Down there in Atlanta, right? Now we can at least say that CEO P, who we know as Pierre Thomas, did have a friend named Q that died, right? Although he don't give no details in this particular interview about who, at least we can do it like that. So it's not like we're far-fetched, okay? So now that we got that out of the way, so now I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's something to it. I don't know. Next thing I did was look up the name in the paperwork that was the alleged I guess suspect in the paper that they got written. They said matter of fact, let me just show y'all. They got written. I think they put Stunner on it. Boom, page 1. All right, so someone wrote right there, P put police on Stunner at Lennox, and then in the actual document, it has his name. The first name was blurry. Shout out to who was that clarified the name? I think it was Lamar, but whoever it was, shout out to you. So they gave me the name, and I was able to take the middle name and the last name, and then we went over and we just did a Google. A picture came up, and it led us to this page right here. See, this ain't the charge we're looking for, but now we at least have a picture, and we can confirm that this name is associated with Fulton County, right? So if y'all recall, the next thing I did was I went and I looked up the jail records. I was just about to pull it back up. What tab? And this is how you do research in jail, and you can still get their records. So bam, here we go. All right, so the records popped up. Remember last night I was tripping because I was like, yo, why the world I put in this name and all these other names, right? But y'all know, if y'all even think back to when we were on the Blue Da Vinci stuff, I guess it's a thing down there in Atlanta. Even with T.I., they use different names, like have an alias, and it just pops up that way. So hey, like I said, I don't know why this name pops up like that, but nevertheless, it pops up like that. So if we look right around the 2009, 2010 time frame, this one, it says Jarari Taylor Brooks, right, for 2009. Then it says Jarari Taylor Brooks, 5/28, 2010. Now, this one right here definitely piqued my interest because I'm like, okay, that aligns with the date that was on the paperwork. Hold on, let me see the comment. It said, I'm late to this meetup. So did we confirm Family TV presented facts? Well, in Family TV's defense, they said that's how the document came to them with the 2007 date. Like I said, I did request it. I mean, that was just last night. So I can't tell you that. All I can tell you, that date is definitely out of whack and it's not accurate. But they're in the chat. They just said that though, you know. So if I click on this one, bam, now it pops up the guy that we're looking for. So now we're on to something, right? And then it comes up with felony murder, all types of stuff. And from my understanding, based on the paperwork, again, that I could not verify because I have not received those documents yet. Y'all know I don't use other people's paperwork. But based off that, then this will be accurate, or this will be the case that we're looking for. So what I did at that point is take the booking number, boom, 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 and y'all know where we going. Fulton County, Magistrate, State, and Superior Court record search. Y'all know we're familiar with that. You see, remember we went over what that meant. But what I want to do is, let's see here. I think I already bought this one. Yeah, I bought it. So now again, the actual statement won't be in this because I don't have those documents from the actual police department yet. So what was provided by Dallas Global again and the Family TV were the actual police reports, okay, or alleged police reports. Because again, I can't say they came from there because I'm still waiting on mine. But nevertheless, Family TV said that's where they came from. So, but these documents are the actual court papers. So if you haven't watched 1090 Jake's video, he actually pulls the court papers too. So this is the indictment right here from 2010. And it breaks it down. And this is the name Pierre Thomas. Like I said, don't got no birthday, no middle initial, none of that. But nevertheless, it does say Pierre Thomas. All right. So, all right. Now, here we go. Right here. Now, I will say this. Who posted that document? It was a document floating around. And matter of fact, because I think somebody sent it to me. Hold on. I just don't know where it came from. So I'm about to show y'all something. Let me go to my email real quick. Because I really at first was going to call Cap, right? Until I actually got into the court system to look at it. And I think it came from that. Did they delete it? Hold on. Because I don't see it on here. Hold on. Let me go to Dallas Global. I think they probably took it down. Because I think that's where it was supposed to have came from. So hold on, y'all. I just want y'all to see, like, sometimes you just got to pay attention. Although the situation may be real. And that's why I be so skeptical about people's paperwork. I think they took it down, though. Yeah, they took it down. But, I mean, somebody sent it to me. So I got it in my email. I'm about to show y'all. All right. So, y'all see that right there? Y'all see how it got an address and all that in it and all that? Well, what's crazy to me is hold on, find it. If we go back to the actual document, right, and look at it, it don't got no address or nothing right now. It still got the name Pierre Thomas, right? So that was weird because I'm like, if we put it side by side, all this up here match, right? All that, but it's an address. Why would you add that? Now, like I said, that document is not on their page anymore. But that right there is gonna show like, you already messing with paperwork. Now, why mess with paperwork that already is gonna say what it is you're trying to say it says, right? We clearly see Pierre Thomas. We see that. Now, originally, hold on. So originally I was like, all right, so we know he on the witness list, but was he subpoenaed, right? So again, the statement that he made at this point in my research, right? I can't confirm or deny because I'm waiting on Atlanta Police Department to send me a copy of it. But I definitely can go through the actual court papers. So yes, Pierre Thomas is listed, no address. And that's that. Now, what's important to look at is that, let's go back. This particular indictment is no pros. So, I mean, nothing came of it on this indictment, right? But let's continue down. And let's see here. Look at that paper. Where is this? And basically what I do is just start clicking through it. I ain't gonna lie. And see what's what. Because you just never know. And again, all this costs. So unless y'all cash app it, I ain't showing y'all all my sauce. I'm going to show y'all what's important though. So if you go down to, what document is this? December. December. Okay, I think I passed the December. Okay, right here. So this document right here, it says defendant letter. Because at the time, Big Stepper, he wasn't a CEO. Quality, so that's another thing. Quality control was not created until 2013. So we're in 2009, 2010. He wasn't the CEO of Quality Control. However, he had the Dirty Dollar record label, I guess. I'm not sure if it was a record label, but he talked about it in that interview at the beginning of the live. All right. So again, so without the actual statements, I'll say this. This was written by Mr. McClinton, and it's sealed or stamped with December 6, 2010. And it says, Your Honor, my name is, I'm not sure how you pronounced it, but Mr. McClinton, and I am an inmate incarcerated at the Fulton County Jail. I have been incarcerated for approximately 6 months under the false pretenses. The accused one, Mr. Thomas, has made false accusations chase, such as chasing that I had shot him. Oh, claiming that I had shot at him and supposedly killing his friend. Fearing that I will retaliate, seek vengeance for him shooting me 4 times in April 30th of 2010. On May the 3rd of 2010, Mr. Thomas went down to the police department and took a warrant out on me. He never made these accusations until he had shot me. I have witnesses that I can verify. I have witnesses that can verify put me at a different place at the time of the incident that led to him being shot and his friend being killed. Okay, so based off this paperwork, right, it's stating that he's saying he wasn't the shooter in the incident in 2009. Now again, I have to wait until I get the police reports to know if he actually was named at the time or not, because I saw some papers that said he named somebody else, and then another paper, the one that got the writing on it, that said this guy was named. So, but nevertheless, this is his letter. It says, Your Honor, sir, I have witnesses that can verify that I did not have a firearm in my possession. To be honest with you, Your Honor, I truly feel I am being held here at Fulton County Jail facility for no apparent reason. I think that says against my will. So hold on, let me move it down. My mouse acting crazy. All right. There is no doubt about it. These charges that are pending against me are very serious. Therefore, Your Honor, I both felt compelled and that it was imperative that I write you myself, being that the livelihood of myself and my family are both at stake. Even though I have a paid lawyer, I felt that it would be best in my interest to take some sort of incentive, being that it puts life on the line. Your Honor, if you look through my file, you will see that I have not one violent charge, no violent priors. Your Honor, the reasons that I have never reported or had an arrest warrant placed. Hold on. What's up, Justified? Warrant placed on me for Mr. Thomas for shooting me at the time, because honestly, Your Honor, I did not know his name, period. And if you take a look into his file yourself, you will see that he has a very violent past. To be honest with you, I believe in my heart that I have been set up, and Mr. Thomas either shot me or. Okay, that's it. All right. So, I mean, that says a lot. Now, because I know the next thing y'all going to ask is, did I find a violent history with Mr. Thomas? Now, if y'all was on my live last night, y'all know we did this, but I'm going to do it again. And like I said, I don't know what to call it, but all I can say is I don't see it. Okay. And I'm about to do it again. Because y'all know y'all be like, oh, Mickey, you're selective politic. And I'm like, yo, I can't make what's not there. Okay. But let's put the name in here. Thomas. All right, let's run it. All right, so this is what comes up, and I mean this situation right here definitely could be considered a little violent, you know. What I would say is I've been looking for interviews or whatnot. I think I heard on an interview that COP said he did time. I have not found it again. I don't know what he did time for, how long, what type of time it was or not. But nevertheless, it's like it's kind of hard to per se take that into consideration because it goes away from the paperwork and get more into like street politics. So I don't know what his history is. However, that was an allegation made towards him. Now, allegedly towards him. Now, another thing I want to say is that the shooting itself, like this letter says, it doesn't. He stated that he didn't do anything because he didn't know his name. So I don't know how popular the guy was or nothing like that. P back then, but he said he ain't know. All right, let's get back into it because I took an extended break to do this live because I wanted to get it out of the way because how I left the live last night. All right, so if we go back here, uh, y'all know with Fulton County, some documents are there, some are not. So you see how ain't no document to view. However, this one we can view, and this was from 2012. And this is what it says. It says, having been re-indicted, and it gives the indictment number. And then it says, this is going to be relieved of liability. Boom. And yes, I already got the indictment for time purposes. I am just going to go straight to it because I already bought it. So there you go. So re-indictment, bam. 10 counts, including felony murder. This was from 2012. Now, I'm not going to show all of it because there's some info in here that ain't even for like me to put out. But we're going to get to at least the business. So here, it does mention Karan Dennis as the murder victim. And remember, that is AKA Q per legacy death records, which we could allege and assume that that person could be, in fact, the Q that QCP referred to in the interview with Empower Atlanta, saying it was his best friend. Now, we can then, again, this is all allegedly, okay? Because again, we haven't had nothing in stone. What's up, voice box, to say, boom, that's him. This is all just pieced together. I still haven't seen a birthday or nothing as of yet. Now, we can then go say, well, this Pierre Thomas, right, is part of this indictment as far as being a victim. And we know, per the interview, Pierre Thomas is CEOP, who said that he had a best friend named Q that was killed. You see how that's how I got there? Like I said, this is just from my research. I can't say for without a doubt it's him. Nevertheless, it's a good possibility. I'm just saying. All right. So it's another thing. Hold on, because all right. So hold on. Let me show this, and then I'm gonna get into where I'm like, I don't know, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all what I feel, what I think. But we gonna look, I'm just gonna call it what it is. I ain't gonna do it no different. All right, so bam. You see, it says it, bam. The original thing, y'all remember we had looked at that, the 2009, whatever, his birthday. Now it's about to get into the witness list. So this is where things kind of get a little, yeah, okay. And like I said, it's other people's names listed. I ain't trying to, shoot. Uh, Dang it. All right, hold on, y'all, because I think I'm gonna have to bring it up a different way. Give me a second. Let me take look. I got to take a picture. And I actually, and just FYI, y'all, I had found this last night. I just been trying to work on confirming the info, and like I can't, you know. Oh shoot, voice box. Look, I'm looking like voice box. What? Shout out to voice box, man. You know, look, y'all know that's out of my lane right there. But I definitely see it in movies, okay? All right, so hold on, y'all. And again, what I'm about to say, man, like I said, hey, I'm just gonna call it what it is from my research. I can't say nothing more than that. Um, because look, it's we big on paperwork, and this is just what the paperwork say. So I don't know who dropped, where the issue at. All right, so hold on, I'm waiting for it to send. Share my email. Thank you, definitely. Now I will say, as far as that, I did see on the video from the family TV, and I seen it on 1090 Jake where they talk about okay, so we can just get there. So this person, Mr. McClinton, was killed in 2019. I got a couple of documents that I had pulled last night. Which one is this one? I'll pull it in a minute. But yeah, so he was killed in 2019. That's confirmed just on the court document for one, because they put it on there to relieve him of his parole or probation. I'm not sure which one it was. But y'all know that's out my lane on that. I don't get into that there. But they definitely are reporting that, possibly it's connected to something. But that's not what Mickey Truth get into. All right. All right, here we go. So on that document that I was just showing y'all, this is what it shows right here, right? And this is why last night on live, I did not drop all of this because I was like, I don't know about that. Remember earlier in my live, this live we're on now, I told y'all, remember that birth date, right? Because this is where I start scratching my head. Did I close that tab? Okay. Well, again, this is why I'm like, I don't know. Like I said, so far, I showed y'all straight up exactly how I possibly feel like it could have been him, right? Just by these, I guess, coincident attachments. But if you Google, right, him, it says he was born June 7th, 1981. But and then it don't now don't get me wrong. Do I think P is his middle name? No. But I mean, unless like a family member, somebody can verify, or something, like I don't know what his middle name is. But nevertheless, if we look at that, Pierre P. Thomas, which again, no, I don't think that's his middle name, born June 7th, 1981. But then if we go back to the document itself and look at the birthday. Now, mind you, now again, I don't have the police report, so I'm waiting on that. But based off of the police reports that was provided by other sources, right? They don't have no birthday on it, and that was my whole reason why at first I wasn't even gonna mess with it. It's a totally different birthday. I mean, it's not even the same year. This say 79. That says doggone 81. I don't know when this man was born, to be honest. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if you Google his birthday, it got different dates as far as like the parties or whatnot. So hold on. So I don't know. What I can say, yeah, he definitely has a birthday in June. For sure. Definitely. But like to be that in summary, I cannot confirm if this Pierre Thomas is QCP. Just based off not knowing what his real birthday is, definitely think it's a red flag that they're similar. Two, not knowing even what his middle name is, okay? To without a doubt confirm this is him. Not gonna do that. However, what I will say is it's definitely some strong possibilities it is him for sure, okay? Not gonna get away from that. Now, I am still waiting for the actual police statements to come back. So I'll probably be doing a shorter video coming soon once I get those, and then I can actually tell you what I think. Once I see the actual documents to see what was said and what's not, and after I review the actual transcripts from the sentencing hearing for Mr. McClinton, I wonder what they say. Then I will tell y'all what I really think. Did Pierre Thomas actually cooperate? Did he snitch? Did he provide a statement? That has to be continued until I get the document. So for now, this is what I got. Holla!